Welcome back to West Texas View.
We're so pleased to have Stephanie Rivas back with us to talk about what's going on at the Wagner-Noel Performing Arts Center. And for those of you who are new here, you may not know exactly where it's located because it's halfway between Midland and Odessa. And so give a little bit of a description about how to get to it.
So we are right between, like you said, the two cities on Highway 191 and at the corner of 1788. So we're pretty visible. We're going to be right in that little quadrant. The fun thing is I always tell everyone it's where Midland and Odessa come to play together.
Right.
Everybody comes in to have a good time. And it's not just Midland, Odessa. We have folks from Crane and Monahans and Stanton and Big Spring.
And Abilene.
Abilene and Denver City, where my family lives. They come to shows all the time. So it's great because we are very centrally located, if you will. If you've ever gone out to the Midland International Airport, you're going to spot us before you get there. So we're right at 191 and 1788. But it is a great opportunity to be able to stay within the areas, like we said.
But one of the things is as they were building it, people would pass and say, "What's that strange looking building?"
Yes.
And now they drive by and they say, "Goodness, that's an interesting looking building." So we say it's more interesting inside than it is outside.
The architecture of it is beautiful, and really the architect's message was that they really wanted it to look like it came out from the ground, as everything in West Texas does, whether it's oil or anything else. So
stickers or whatever.
Whatever it is, everything in West Texas tends to come up out of the ground, and so that's what they wanted it to look like, and it really does. It's got the great windows and the unique and distinct shape of it. It's also very architecturally fun, but the fun is inside where all of those acts are taking place.
But also, it's such an accessible building.
It really truly is.
Wonderful parking all the way around the building.
Free
parking, and so that you're just within steps of the door wherever you park.
We have a wonderful drop-off area. So when you come to the building, and it is very accessible, so we hope that you'll always come out and feel comfortable. But you can actually, if you have someone you need to drop off at the front door, there is a circle drive. You can pull right up, you can let someone out, and then go park the car.
And particularly handicapped
accessible
needs.
But we do have plenty of handicap parking, that kind of thing, right along the front and on the east side of the building. But parking is free. We do like to point that out because so many places you go and you have to pay for parking. So parking is free. Want to talk a little bit about tickets, because when you go to buy your tickets, especially online, it confuses a lot of people. And if you've never been to the venue, sometimes the terminology can get a little confusing. And so I always like to really clarify for folks. So whenever you come into the building, we are a 2-balcony system. So we have a first and a second balcony. Everything lower level is orchestra seating, if you will. So as you look toward the stage, those are going to be the closest seats to the stage are always your most expensive seats. And so right up in front of the stage is going to be your pit. That's pit seating. And for us, that's only 3 rows. So if you're looking to sit that close to the artist, you need to get those tickets quick. So that's pit seating, and then everything behind that is orchestra center, and then of course you're going to have orchestra right and orchestra left, which is just on the right and left of that center section. Then,
and again, with that number of seats, it's a very intimate.
It is a very intimate
venue.
Space. Yes, yes, because we're only 1,800 seats total. Now, underneath the first balcony, the back part of our lower level is called parterre. So when you're online and you're buying tickets and it says parterre, you're just going to know that you're sitting kind of at the back part of the lower level there. We do have some great accessible seating in that area, and don't worry, even though you're in that back section, the sound is still phenomenal.
And the sight.
And the sight.
Sight line.
You're going to go up one balcony. We have really short, kind of stacked balconies. So that first balcony is the mezzanine. The first 3 rows of that mezzanine for us are called the dress circle. So that confuses people a little bit. They're not really sure where the dress circle is. All that is the first 3 rows in the first balcony. And it just kind of wraps around. And then, so mezzanine is anything from row D and back. And then we go up to the second balcony, and that's our gallery. And everything up top is called the gallery. And that's usually our lowest price point up at the top. But I will tell you that your
That's the most
sight
fun seating.
and your sound in that building is fabulous. If you go into an older theater, a historical theater, many of them, the balconies they went up and back. up and back, which is why it was called the nosebleed, because by the time you got to the top balcony, you were at the furthest point away, and you were, you were really, really back there. Our venue is, well, we have stacked balconies. So if you're on the top floor, you are at the same distance from the stage as everyone else in the venue that is seated in that section. So, that's why we always say that, your sight lines are great and your sound is phenomenal. So when you go to Wagner-Noel.com, the first thing you're going to want to do is on the top right-hand corner, it says subscribe. Put your email address in there. We'll get you those announcements for the show. We're going to tell you what's coming and when, and we're going to give you that opportunity to buy tickets before everyone else if you get the chance. Now, that early opportunity is online only or through the 1-800 number. There are convenience fees when you purchase that way. I do always like to point that out. Now, the convenience fees, they'll range depending on the show and depending on the price of the ticket, anywhere from, $7, $8, $9 a ticket. If you're looking to save some money, when you get that notice, whatever that Friday is, so say for instance you get the notice on Wednesday, that Friday they're going on sale to the general public, and you can come to our box office and get them in person starting at 10 a.m. Our regular box office hours are noon to 6 Monday through Friday. That confuses everyone as well. So noon to 6 Monday through Friday are our normal box office hours. When we have a special on sale for a show, they'll be at 10 a.m. It's always on a Friday, and generally there'll be some sort of a notice that will tell you that we're going to open a couple of hours early. So, we try not to make it too tricky, but if you're planning on coming out, you can always call, the office, and we'll let you know if we're going to be open a little bit early on that particular Friday that you're looking to come out. But we did extend the hours to 6 o'clock, which really helps folks who are getting off work at 5 or 5:30. It still gives you an opportunity to get those tickets, but we really just want you to come out and have some fun with us, experience
and call about anything. And another thing we haven't talked about is other people can use that facility, can rent out spaces in that facility.
Yes, especially that little recital hall. You can
children's plays and those kinds of things. So our time is up today, but we will be back next Sunday with another program, and our special thanks to Stephanie Rivas for coming back and giving us all of the things that are coming up. We'll see you next Sunday.
Thanks for joining us for News West 9's West Texas View with Johnny Lou Avery. This has been a public affairs presentation of KWAB-TV and KWES-TV.